We have just concluded the last point of a very busy agenda of Subcommittee on Security and Defense delegation of the European Parliament delegation to Georgia. We were joined by important members of Foreign Affairs Committee. Our main area of interest was security and defense. Yesterday we spent whole day briefing members of the EU monitoring mission deployed here in Georgia. This assessment was very positive. We were able also to visit, to patrol, actually, to participate in patrolling of field posts of the EU coming very close to the line of and fencing. We saw with our own eyes the so-called borderization process going on, and fences built by Russian forces. We are in favor of prolongation of the EU mandate for further 2 years, and hopefully will achieve this cause towards the end of this year. Our last meeting, although we had important interlocutors, including the President of Georgia, Prime Minister of Georgia, cabinet ministers, including Minister of Defense, Minister of Interior, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. So we were well informed by Georgian authorities on security situation of the country. We represent 4 biggest political groups in the European Parliament, and we are of the same opinion that visa liberalization regime should be granted to Georgia as soon as possible.
Do you have some particular recommendation for Georgian government in security field and also in the process of visa liberalization or integration?
Actually, we think that Georgia fulfilled all tasks which were provided within the visa liberalization action plan. It was, well, we are under impression, I would say, after the Minister of Interior referring to all measures taken by Georgia in terms of facilitating all provisions of action plan. So I think that this process is, let's say, secure for EU member states as well as for Georgia and other partners, and we strongly recommend granting Georgia the liberalizations visa regime. In terms of defense, there is a joint exercise, American, British, Georgian, I should tell the other way around, actually, starting with Georgia. And we were able to meet Madam Minister around this time, knowing how busy she is with her tasks. And we are of high opinion of Georgia's modernization of the army process, of making Georgian army compatible with NATO and the EU requirements. We prize also the country's participation in the framework agreement in joint operations with the EU member states under the common security and defense policy of the European Union. We were informed that Georgia is ready to deploy for further officers to change the stuff in such important operations as Mali. So it's really favorable. Overall assessment of defense sector is positive. So that's a good message for Georgia's security.